Well, hey everyone, it's Jordan Pickleball here, and we're going to be getting into a video here shortly, a little different than my last videos. But before we start that, I just want to say thank you for all of your support of this channel. It's been overwhelmingly positive so far. When I first made that Vatic Prism Flash video, like I said in my last video, I didn't really expect many people to watch it, but we've had just great feedback about the video, even though my editing is very simple and I'm not a pro player by any means. But I just thank you for your support. And I actually just went to an MLP Super Final event. It was my first pro event. I went by myself, was a little nervous about going, and I met a couple people who recognized me from the videos, and they were just super supportive and just super nice. So I'm going to keep trying to make videos. If you have any ideas or suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments. That would be very, very helpful. But we're going to be doing a video on some gear today, and then hopefully later next week, we're going to have a video out talking about the Gearbox Pro Power. I know a good two months too late, but I'm excited about that one as well. So today we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite pieces of pickleball tech that I've got to use, and that is the new tour bag from CRBN. I know that they had a very similar bag released last year, but this one I think really stands out in a couple different ways for me. One, because I never had that original bag, and then two, just because it's been so helpful in its use cases. I'm sure that most of you have seen this silhouette at their local courts one way or another, but this is the 2.0 bag, which has one unique feature being that this side pouch here with the red zipper is a zip off area. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. But so you have your big tour bag, and then you are able to zip off, and I hope the mic is coming through all of this, zip off this second area into a small sling bag. The first thing I want to point out that I think was really smart of them was changing the zipper color for it, because you have that red zipper to indicate that this is the zipper for the sling bag. When you're looking at it from the front, you have a lot of, oops, sorry, I did that backwards. You have a lot of these gray zippers, and you even have one on the bag itself. So it's nice to be able to distinguish those as the areas where your paddles are going to be found, rather than accidentally zipping off this second area. So I do like that. One complaint about this that I've just noticed myself is that it's really hard to line up the zippers to put this bag back onto the big bag. So for example, I took this bag to MLP, had a couple pros sign a paddle. It was really nice to have this smaller bag. Got a lot of compliments on it, but when I went to go put it back on, it was not exactly easy. So if you're thinking about using this for events, or your pickleball club night, or your tournament play, or whatever it may be, but then later you want to put it back on the bag for an event later in that week, you might want to consider just getting two separate bags. It's nice to have this when you're available, but if this is going to be your main guy and not the big bag, I don't know if that is the best situation, just because it does take a little bit of time to get those zippers lined up all perfectly, especially since the zipper begins kind of here in the middle, if you can see. So that's something to keep in mind, but let's focus first on the big bag, and then we'll come back to this little guy. So the rest of this bag, I think, one, it just feels really premium, especially in the pickleball space. You get a lot of, I don't want to say imposter bags, but bags that were meant for other uses, I feel like. I've seen a lot of pickleball companies have a pickleball bag, but then you look inside and it's got a laptop sleeve, it's got other things, and it's clearly just branded from a different bag from a different factory that didn't have this initial use. And while it works, it doesn't feel like it was made for this purpose, and I do not think that at all when I feel this bag. One, the shape is just perfect for your pickleball paddles. Sorry, the camera's a little backwards, so I'm missing some of my shots. But it has a perfect shape for your paddles. It has this really premium material. It looks like carbon fiber. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's a nice vinyl material, it seems. And it has some straps to hang the bag, as well as feet if you want to place it down on the court. So there's a lot of nice things about the construction, especially the zippers. I've really liked this kind of easy to grab zipper, and then this reinforcement as well. Within the bag, you've got plenty of room. This is funny, I didn't prepare this video, so mine's actually pretty messy in here, and you'll probably have to start counting the amount of pickleballs I grab out of the bag, but we got 3 so far. And inside it, we've got room for, let me see if I can get this up here. We've got room for several paddles. I think in this space I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna remove these right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 paddles. I had one taken out earlier today, as well as a hat, a towel, and another pickleball, as well as some replacement socks. So a lot of room in this main pocket. Now that it's all empty, I'll show you it. And it just does a great job of holding stuff. I think a lot of these don't have a big enough pocket just to hold things when you need it. And so it's nice to have a large priority pocket for this. I will list one caveat, and that is that the shoe holder goes in that same pocket. So I have my head shoes over here, and if I was to shove these in here through this ventilated hole, which is super nice to have the vent. One, I have huge feet, so they barely fit in here. But they do fit. I'm 11 and a half, but you lose a lot of the space that you would have had in the middle there. So instead of putting paddle, 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 when you have shoes in here, you kind of have to do paddles on either side and then use the majority space above them for other things, because your ball holder also is right here. So it kind of really just leaves room towards the front of the bag. So it's not necessarily ideal when you have both a lot of balls and your shoes in here, but it does work. I think you can fit, I want to say, probably 3 paddles comfortably, maybe 4, and then still have some room for some other things. So it's a decent pocket, but just be warned if you do like to change your shoes when you get to it, or you like to take those stinky shoes off as soon as you're done and let them breathe, that it might be a little harder to rearrange some of your things. Going back to it, we have another paddle pocket here anyway, so maybe you don't need to have any paddles in that pocket. In that case, it's great, because you also have what I don't want to say better pockets anyways, but you do have these kind of thermal reinforced pockets here that can hold a couple paddles as well. Again, in the paddle shape, it's super nice and convenient, easy to slide them in there, as well as one more pouch that I have been able to hold. I think you can hold 2 in here. I don't think you want to, but you can hold another paddle in this spot as well. So, I mean, if we're counting, I would say in this main pocket, if it was even with shoes, you could probably fit 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 paddles just in this side of the bag. You have these really nice hanger, as well as backpack straps. And so by itself, this is a great looking bag. It looks really, really nice. But for me, the star of the show is still this sling bag. I've used that bag a lot, and there's certain nights where I'm testing paddles and I need to bring a couple more just for comparison. I always go back, I feel like, to my double black diamond, so I like to have that with me and kind of think about why I like that paddle so much and compare it to some of the other paddles I'm looking at. But when I'm not doing super high maintenance comparisons, I really love having this small sling bag. 1, because I didn't have to buy a separate bag, which is amazing, but 2, it just has a lot of functionality, and we're going to go over that right now. First, it has another hanger, so when you're playing and you just want to hang that on the fence, you're good to go. It has a really nice plush strap here with the nice carbon branding, which I do like. And then 3, it just has some accessory pockets. Now, if I did have a complaint about these accessory pockets, is, oops, I lost a marker there from when I had some signings, but there's not a great place to put the balls in this. You can fit one here. I'll kind of show you what that looks like. You can probably fit a couple in here, but it's not perfect. So I would think maybe in the future they would figure out a way to do that a little better, because you can fit one up here too, but again, it's not really that great. So I wish there was just a little deeper of a pocket one way or another to be able to fit 1 to 2 balls, so that you could just go out with this bag, have a couple buddies with you and be able to play. But let's go inside what's the main star of the show, and I think it's that front pocket here. So in here, we have some things that I just kind of keep permanently in here. Some fruit snacks just for a little boost when you need them. Some Tums if I'm not feeling right. As well as, I don't even know what's in this bag. Oh yeah, some new grips, some lead tape, stuff like that. Some electrical tape to go around the edge of some of my paddles, as well as another pocket for some belongings in here as well. And there's still a ton of room. So when I am done, I like to throw my wallet, my keys in this pocket, maybe in this pocket, and just call it good. But moving on from that pocket, there's a couple other benefits to this bag. The second one, let's just go in it. We have another thermal pocket for paddles. You again can fit 2 paddles in here easily. I've got my double black diamond in here, and I did have my Engage Pursuit MX Pro 6.0 in there as well. So there's a ton of room. It's really nice. And then and it just holds. So I mean, we're counting. You could probably hold 8 to 10 paddles in this bag if that was your priority. But if your priority is a couple paddles and a ton of gear, you are totally set with this bag. Going back to the back paddle. Sorry if I feel like I'm just going, let's go to this pocket, let's go to this pocket. But let's continue on. And in this is one of the most cool things I've found, and that is a little pocket here, which you can easily fit your cell phone in just to have it kind of out of the way a little bit. I've liked it because I feel like it does a good job at keeping it from overheating, keeping it out of the elements a little bit, and just still keeping it close to where you're at. There is one pocket, and this might be something you guys can help me out in the comments. There's this pocket here that has a small opening and goes down, like fairly deep. And I don't know what it's for. I know that this looks like it's here just for ventilation as you're carrying it, but I'm not sure what purpose this pocket serves because there's no other way of getting the stuff that you fed down there as far as I can tell. It just looks like it's just this one opening. So that pocket's a little confusing to me, but overall, I love this sling bag. I think it's a great addition to what was already one of my favorite bags in the market. My brother owns the original, and well, I've never taken it with me. He's spoken very highly of it, so I've got to see him use it and just see the functionality that it has. That being said, this bag is amazing. I didn't go over this, but over at the top here, you have a ball holder. I mentioned it, but let's go ahead. We already counted 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 12 balls in this bag, so way too many, but it does a great job of having that as well so that you're good to go no matter what you need on the court. But yeah, that's the Carbon Pro Tour bag. I like it. I think it's competitively priced at $140. I've seen it go cheaper. I know that they had a Black Friday sale that brought it even lower, so maybe keep your eyes on sales. But I think that for that price, you really do get a premium package. You get a bag that definitely was made with pickleball in mind. You get a company that really cares about their products and does a good job at making a product look unique without, in my opinion, without over branding. And I think it really just is one of the best products that I have purchased for the company. I don't have a code for this one. I'm not related to Carbon at all, but I really do like the product and support it. So Carbon, if you want to give me a code, that would be great. But go ahead and look online. I'm sure you could find a code for this item. That being said, for future videos, yeah, please leave any comments of videos that you have. I was thinking about doing one about lead tape placement and just my experience with it. I also am planning on doing a video on the new, or not new anymore, but the Gearbox Pro Paddle, which I will soon be getting, so it'll be new to me. And then I'm hoping that after those, maybe 1 to 2 videos there, I can get my hands on the 6.0 Ruby, because that paddle, just 1, looks fantastic to me, and 2 is another paddle I'm interested in. Again, I don't have any affiliation with 6.0, so if they wanted to give that to me, that would be great. But otherwise, I'm buying all of this equipment and just reviewing it for you guys to see. So I just want to let you guys know that my goal isn't to get super big with this, but it is to continue to just provide for this community in the ways that I'm able to review some gear that I just personally like a lot, and maybe some gear that I don't like so much, and just help you guys avoid it, but also just to be able to continue making videos. If we can, just get enough a buzz out there that I can keep making these and get the positive comments or a little harder comments from you guys telling me what things to improve. That's what I love to see. So again, I'm just thankful for this community. I never expected this kind of response so early, and I'm hoping just to continue making these videos. So appreciate all of you. God bless. Have a great day.